Well, good afternoon, church. I hope y'all are having a good start to your weekend. I guess some of you haven't quite hit the weekend yet. Um, Wanted to give a quick building update. Got a lot going on. Very exciting time. I announced Sunday that Brentwood Assembly took our offer, and so we're moving forward. And I wanted to give an update, kind of what's happening right now. Many of you have asked for good reason, what the plan is. So I want to lay out a little bit of that, and we'll keep rolling this out as it comes. So the first order of business, the first thing we have to do is have a second vote this Sunday after the service. We promised we would do two votes. We want to keep our word on that, even though there's overwhelming unity at this point. I mean, we had over 95% on the first vote, and since then we've gotten word from a few people that I guess they had some hesitations, no longer have those, and so it seems we even have more unity. Kent and I have received no questions this week or concerns. I guess if you do have them, please send them to us before Sunday, but the plan right now is just to do a hand raise vote or a affirmative amen. If you want to move forward with this, we'll just do that publicly after the service on Sunday. If you're not a member of the church, please come to that. Feel free to come to that. But the members will just give a vote, and we need those official hours. We need that public, official, in-person vote. We'll record that and then on paper, and then send that to Wesleyan Foundation. They need those business minutes as an official document to confirm that our church, as well as Brentwood Assembly, have voted corporately to move forward. That's a part of this whole thing. So we'll do that Sunday, and what we'll be voting on is that we want to purchase Brentwood Assembly for $1.2 million. We're asking for more money than that from Wesleyan Foundation so that we can do all the necessary repairs. But the actual purchase price that we're voting on Sunday is 1.2 for Brentwood, and then we will vote that we want to receive 1.3 is what we're going to ask for from Wesleyan Foundation. We also have to pay Wesleyan Foundation $450,000 at closing. So that's what we're going to give them, and then they will give us 1.3, and then we will have, what is that, almost 600,000 or so for renovations and any kind of updates to the building that we need to do. So that's kind of where we're at in terms of the finances. You might need to re-listen to that. We can send maybe a written copy of those numbers. But here's what we do going forward. So they have to, when we send that to Wesleyan Foundation, who again is giving us the loan, they have to do a site visit. So they'll send someone down in the next 2 weeks. They will meet with the leadership. They will look over the building and the premises, and then they will agree to give us the loan. We've been in communication with them this whole time. Things look very good on that front. I'm not concerned at all that they would hesitate to give us the loan. They have been very easy to work with and very encouraged by our numbers financially, and don't think that there'll be any problems. So once they do that site visit, though, they can give us the money. We can give the money to Brentwood Assembly, and then we can purchase the building and move forward. And as we do that, here's the plan. We're going to roll this out in 3 phases. And so let me go over these quickly. Phase 1 is what is necessary to move into the building safely. So right now we have a roof that needs to be completely repaired. And right now there is black mold in the building, in portions of the building. We need to mitigate that problem, deal with that problem, get the black mold out, and get the building safe and usable. So phase 1 is what is necessary to do to get into the building safely. That's phase 1. We have money set aside for that. That's part of why we're asking for more money than what we need from Wesleyan, so that we can do all of those necessary repairs in phase 1. Any money we have left over for phase 1, which we do believe we'll have money left over, we will use for phase 2. In phase two, we will be doing essentially what is needed to begin to do the ministry we want to do. So if we need to upgrade a sound system, obviously they already have a sound system in there that they're using, but we might need to update that. We haven't got to test some of that out very thoroughly at this point. Lighting, furniture, things of that nature that that we could get in there and use right now, but we may want to upgrade some of that, and so we'll be assessing some of that. That'll be a phase two. And then phase three will be kind of a 5-year vision. What do we want to do in the coming years to really beautify and better this building in a 5-year type vision? That'll be phase three. Ron Pearson's going to be heading up a lot of phase one, all of these repairs that need to happen, and getting into the practicals with these companies that we're working with and scheduling all of that. So he's going to be huge in these next couple of months. We're also going to be leaning a lot on Ted and Miguel and Jeff. Those brothers have been serving the church a lot in their areas of expertise and helping us discern if this building was a good purchase, and they will keep helping us, especially in phase one, getting this building usable and getting these necessary repairs done and picking the right repair people, the right companies to work with, etc. We got a meeting this Thursday actually to decide a lot of that. So we'll take some notes of that, and we'll put out these phase 1, 2, and 3 in a written document and send that out to y'all probably in the next month. And so pray for those brothers, Ron, Ted, Miguel, Jeff, especially, and Kent and myself, as we all work together to come up with a clear plan and just get to work on this building. The closing date is July 11th. So we came up with that yesterday. We had an earlier date. They asked us to push it back, so we pushed it back a month. So our closing date is July 11th. We could close earlier than that. We probably will. July 11th is the official closing date. We will meet at Pine Summit until that date. I got confirmation from the pastor of Pine Summit earlier this week. He's excited for us. He wanted to even help us if we needed it. All we need from them is just to let us keep meeting there. They've been very gracious to do that, and they've told us that we can meet there until we transition into Brentwood Assembly, and that becomes our building. So thank you to Pine Summit, and they've been very hospitable to us in this time, and we're grateful. Now, let me say to us, church, because this is a new place we're in. All right, everything moving up to this, there were a lot of unknowns. At this point, we are, over 99% certain that this building will be ours in less than a month. And so I want you to give generously at this point. I've hesitated to push too hard to get us to give because there were still many unknowns. At this point, give. Some of you have stimulus checks. Some of you have been waiting to give until it got to something, until we knew we were going to do this. At this point, we give. We want to get, we have to get up to $450,000 at closing. We're not there yet. I would love to be able to bring $500,000. If we could bring $500,000 to the table at closing, pay down this loan, obviously that's going to benefit us in the long run because that's less money on interest. We're paying down this mortgage faster. So we want to get aggressive now. This is the time to give aggressively. We don't want to give aggressively in 10 years after we've already paid all this extra interest. We want to give as much as possible and pay down this loan as quick as possible. So if there is a time to give toward the building, it is now. I really want to appeal to that. Not to mention we have a generous donor in the church who's offered $40,000 to be matched. So if our church gives up to $40,000 right now, it'll be matched by them, and we'll have $80,000 there. That is on the table. We want to take advantage of that. We don't want to miss that or come short of that number. I know our family, we're going to give more generously now than we've ever given for anything, for any anything in church, any other ministry. We have never given what we're about to give, and we haven't given yet, and we're about to. And so I hope many of you are with us. If you haven't given already, specifically toward the building, I just want to call us to that. Maybe I should remind us also, there were seasons in the life of Israel, when they were rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, when they were rebuilding the temple, there were seasons when they gave over and above a tithe. They would give of free will offerings, not just for sacrifices and things of that nature, but for physical buildings, for structural repairs. And people would give up to 26% at times to do the work of the ministry, to advance the kingdom. And there were buildings to build, there were structural things to give toward, and that obviously had spiritual ramifications. It advanced the kingdom, but they gave of their own income because they understood it's not really our money. We're just stewarding God's money. And if there's a need in our church in this season that will ultimately advance the glory of God and the glory of Christ in our city through our church, this is it right now for us. This is a big moment for us in terms of giving, and it'll put us in a way better place to be able to give to missionaries, which is what we really want to spend money on in church planting in the days to come. The more we can get this building paid off quickly, the more we can give to all the things that we want to give to the most. And so, church, let's pray that the Lord show us what we should give. We can't all give the same. Some of us have been entrusted with more, and the Lord might call us to give more generously. Some, even children among us, have given. To them was everything they had to give to this building, and so the bar has been set high by some in the church already to give generously. Let's all pray and really try to discern what the Lord might call us to do. We'll also need generosity with time. Many of us men are excited to get in there with sledgehammers and rip up carpet, and we'll need you to steward your time and give of your time in this next season to renovate this building, to get it ready to use, and then obviously to head up ministries and to utilize it for gospel ministry in the days to come. So let's pray. Let's draw near to the Lord on all these matters and put it before Him and ask Him for grace and help. And let's love one another. Blessings, church. Y'all reach out to Ken or I if y'all have questions or concerns. We'll see you Sunday. Have a good weekend. Bye.